Kimbe has been fantastic. Kizza has been fantastic. It's more kind of, again, a consistency point, though, where it's not always going to be the same players that shine. If one of the players doesn't step up, how are things going to look? However, Nasher is my one to watch for this week because he is going to be potentially a huge pivotal force for Horizon.
And he's straight away onto the Blackbeard. Could be interesting. Blackbeard is as we talked about before, a very well, he's quite diverse in what he does, but he's got a shield in front of his face, so entirely sufficient on himself. He's there to get fragged, doesn't have much utility, so you can either bring breaching charges or stun grenades with a shield in front of your face and look to try and get fragged. And if Nasher is as good as Demo says, then I don't see why he can't get a frag or two. But down in supply room, you wouldn't typically see a Blackbeard.
No, it's almost like Rummer's never left the team because he basically was a Blackbeard one trick and now we've got Nasher doing exactly the same. But enough about Horizon for a second. Of course, on your screen is the lineup for 1UP, Greedy, Kizza, Mop, Kimbe, and Nigma. Nigma has been one of the quieter members on the team. Everyone else has had pretty big standout weeks, so I guess maybe Willow hasn't. He's been very stable consistently. Like, I would never say he's had a bad week, but he's never really had an amazing week either. He's always been straight out of the park, which is kind of what you expect. He's the guy who, I think he's one of the first people I spoke to when I first came into Rainbow Six, and he was like, you know, I bring the balance to the team. That's my job, is to make sure there's always perfect harmony. And you've got to say with 1UP, they've got a really good org backing, and the team hasn't really changed. They're looking very, very strong. Hopefully they can close it out this week and try and at least get one map if Horizon are going to come through with a massive resurgence. Speaking of Horizon, Tristan, 2mas, Nasher, 2max, and Joker. We spoke about Joker early on being their big carry in previous weeks. If Nasher can join him and start making a huge impact, that could be the winning formula for them. We might find that 2-0 that they lost last week could actually go completely in their favour this week. Yeah, the roaming pair. See if they work in pairs and try and pinch together. That's what I'm looking forward to most. I just wanted kids to get more shotgun kills. He's my shotgun hero is what I call him. Yeah. Every single time I look at the guy, every time he's on screen, he's got a shotgun in hand and he's
Nasher straight away takes off Kimbe's head.
That's one of the sharper players. Kimbe had some very, very good weeks for them in week 2 and 3, I think it was. Yeah. With him off the cards and Nasher still on the field, it definitely puts the advantage in favour of Horizon, especially such an early kill as well. Yeah, indeed. Kimbe 1.37 KD last week, so definitely one to watch out for. Interesting they haven't entirely taken control of meeting room just yet, but it's only been a minute. And they're just working their way up. They know one's in attic, they definitely know that. They're going to try and thermite it. I think for 1UP as well. Ooh, Willow,
nice
watching the angle.
There.
Can he get this headshot though if he taps for one more? Literally a pixel off his head showing through that doorway. That's all
oh, one tap! What a shot!
The spray comes through, but 2mas doesn't get the retreat as they do. It's a good retreat there, actually. They could have easily lost 1 or 2 more members on the way back down. They've wasted half of the time. They've lost 2 members for it. Probably not worth it in the grand scheme of things because it's still a lot of time for Horizon to get set up upstairs and go for the push. Yeah, I like this from Blackbeard. Nasher coming through construction. They're going to have to try and go through his shield here, which is probably not going to work in their favour. So the attacking team looking very strong from Horizon. A lot of destruction going on. I was about to say, a lot of explosions going off right now, trying to push their way through into the point. Got a couple of drones trying to get in there as well, but Horizon being blocked for the most part. One afraid, Joker brings down Mop, and Horizon have woken up a totally different team this week. They're at 5-2 so far in this round. Just outstanding gunplay. They're just winning all the battles, aren't they? 2max especially, and he gets a 2K on the round. And 2max manages to win. Well, get the kill onto Nigma. And we're Xbox Live, sir. Love it. Well, Horizon, clearly Horizon having a 5-0 round against 1UP has just broken the fabric of the universe and the internet has imploded. So if you're still watching us, I have no idea how we're still here, but we are. Now, I would say let's analyse what just happened, but there's not really much to say other than 1UP got completely wrecked. Yeah. Horizon, that was a brilliant round for them. I haven't really seen them have a round that solid since the start of the Prem. Nasher's impact, just off the opening kill that he got onto Kimbe straight away, that's 1UP's top fragger gone. And then the collective pushing, and even 2mas had a really good push, to be fair. We were saying earlier on, 1-14, who cares? Getting 2 kills in your opening round against 1UP, against who you lost 2-0 against last week, is a really good start for them. So, you know, things are already looking up. If they lose every single round from here on out, we have the same score as last week. If they win the next round, well, it's only upwards from there. Yeah, pretty much. They're doing it. That was... I just can't get over that shot from 2mas. Ash straight up into attic, taking out the bandit, and that was pretty much the start of it, even though the Blackbeard took out the meeting hold straight away. They just got those roamers out of the way, and straight from there, that was it. Toast.
pretty much.
Ruined him.
Yeah, they just worked their way down, collapsed onto them, opened everything up, breached it up, and that was it.
You know what I quite like about
take.
this? Pauses me more community questions. Let's see some more of what people have been asking. It's like with the gurus or something here. Where does one buy burn cream? Ask Demo. He's got a lot of it stocked up for when he comes back onto broadcast. Next question, please. That was nice and quick, see. This is my last question. Des, do you miss me? Mate, I've just insulted you. Of course I don't miss you.
He misses you so much. That's why
I know he does. Like, we do have a lot of fun. For all I say. It's almost like I'm trying to slowly push his chair that way and get him off the screen. We're like, yes, there should be a demo place person here, but it's not going to happen. I like having you here as well. I like having new people to speak to and talk with.
Try and berate them.
So, yes, Demo, I miss you slightly. Only slightly. It's only because you're a lot more fun to take the mick out of than this guy. He's pretty just like, okay, whatever, like, just
keep going.
Rushes over it. Yeah, it's super easy. Tell me more about you. No one really knows much about you yet, so tell us a bit more about you.
I'm not... No, I mean...
don't say you're not an interesting guy. I'm sure you're an interesting
cliche. That's everything about me. But basically, I've looked at Siege for about the past year. I've played Siege for about the past year, and I study VODs. I study anything to do with Siege.
You're going to get into coaching, right?
That would be wonderful, but I don't have a PC, so I probably wouldn't be able to get into that unless someone from Xbox...
I just have a PC in this day and age.
No, I do have a PC, but it's just terrible. It's about 4 years old.
Usual.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I wouldn't mind trying coaching, looking at VOS, trying to counter-strat people.
That's all part of the fun. That's what happened in the last match.
That was extremely fun.
Yeah, well, it worked. Radix just got outsmarted by NX time and time again. Yeah. Top
so
of them servers, boys. I'm telling you, top of servers on board. That's the place to go. Whoever plays solo queue, that's exactly where I'm going from now on. Anything else about you? Anything else fun? Outside of Siege?
Yes. Well, my name, well, not my name, but my Twitter handle is tagseed, and that's because I like horses. I enjoy horses a lot.
What?
Thank you very much.
Horse enthusiast now.
Horse enthusiast, yes.
What got you into horses?
I had a bet once and it won, and that was it.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, and then I made an entire
So you're not actually addicted to horses, you're addicted to gambling?
No, I don't have to gamble, there's nothing to do with it, but I run a website now, I'm doing quite well. I run my own website, do competitions, stuff like that.
Fair enough.
But I like watching Siege in my spare time.
Yeah, it's quite hard to go between horses and then people gunning each other down in a video game.
Yeah, a little bit.
Isn't the world a wonderful place with all the weird, great things that we somehow managed to get into? But what we got some
like video game.
While we find out exactly what's going on with the Xbox, PS4's better. I'm joking. Let's have a look at what other matches coming up tonight. We've got Infamy versus Xenos coming up next, and then we've got Vexed against Fable, which we didn't see last week because there was no Fable team around. It was just Vexed to play, and well, Vexed took the 2-0 very easily, of course. I'm quite concerned in that sense that we haven't seen Vex for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah.
They looked very, very good in the first 2 weeks when we saw them, so don't know. What do we expect from that?
I mean, I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, the roster changes from Fable are going to have to, they're going to have to perform, aren't they? To even try and match Vex in their gunplay. So
I think if Vex win this week, then they pretty much clean sweep, because they're on 18 points then, and they are impossible to catch for everyone. Doesn't matter what the result. Well, we already know what the result. Well, we don't know what the result of this game is. Sorry. When we do know, I think if
and we see a blitz.
If I don't take it 2-0, I'll check it out. We'll look at the group standings after this game. We'll be able to theorise together as a community, as friends, because we all love each other.
Mop,
anyway,
you are a lovely man, Mop. Taking the blitz.
It's exciting.
Yes, I have waited for a blitz.
They've gone for the Ying.
And a blitz. Yep.
I like
lots of flashing.
Flash galore, basically. Yeah. You spoke about flashing anywhere else in any other context, you get arrested. So let's make sure it stays inside the map this time, boys.
You're an odd one, aren't you? That's a nice little kill hole there. Any kind of reference to
terrible joking.
He's making up loads of little kill holes here. Just that one on the floor though, that'll give him a sight line into looking basically through into the main lobby, and anyone looking through there, they're not going to want to go straight through, because as you can see, he is opening everything up, and you're not going to be able to get through if he's there.
It's just to try and maintain control of the stairs, nothing else.
Pretty much, yeah.
Control the window just outside opposite master bedroom, and you have the stair coverage. Like, that's a really good opportunity for one operator or one defender in this case to cover everything off. However, you've got to face off against Mop, and he has played Blitz previously and gone 3Ks with it a couple of times. So I'm very curious to see if this works out for him or if he gets cleaned up nice and early.
Yeah. He took Blitz last week, I think I remember correctly. And he got a 3K, as you say.
But nice wall glitch, Willow. But he finds himself in on the top floor as well. So now they've got to try and pinch the operator who's sticking up here as well. Mop is trying to poke his nose in a little bit as well. They know what's going on roughly.
Trying to take balcony and master bedroom control, which they're doing slowly but surely. And the L is going to slow them down, but the push is just coming too quickly. He's got smoke here on Blitz. Enigma with the one shot onto Tristan, and Kimbe gets another. That's 1UP looking pretty... They're throwing shots back.
Good stuff as well. Just the fact that Mop is here as well as holding the pressure is a big thing for them. They can push in here with the shield.
Giving them so much information.
Got to be wary though of 2Mass holding around this corner. I'm pretty sure they'll have scouted this out so they may know he's there. They've just seen one of their operators crawl in front of them as well. They know that there's a couple around on that top floor. They've just got to find a way to get rid of them before they go for the plant. They've got 1.5 minutes to play with those, so they are in no rush.
The flank from the Bandit going into small tower is going to be interesting because as soon as they hear him smash it open as just there, very unlucky for the Bandit. Kizza, though, getting the kill onto 2Mass.
Kimbe's stuck between a rock and a hard place here because Tower's threatening him and the bedroom's threatening him. So he's got to choose the direction and go for it.
Going to have to fall on now. 2Max with the kill onto Kimbe. Slowly but surely just work their way in and try and get that diffuser planted with a minute left, which the plant is going down.
Got to watch out for 2Mass as well. It is going down still. Right, they got it. So just inside they managed to creep in and get that down. Now they've got to be very, very wary, mind you.
Blitz is doing absolute work here.
It's just the fact of just being there, the threat that it gives, it's huge. Trying to go for the spray, well, more of a random pistol one-tap, but not going to get any of that.
5 his flashes left as well.
It's just the attention it draws. It's like seeing Montaigne when you try and do the stop take, for example. He draws so much aggro and attention. Oh! Finally gets it. I remember back in like beta when shield operators were like everything. You take 3 shield operators running with pistols and it was like 100% accuracy and it was like, okay, have fun.
That was a well-worked and well-coordinated attack, if I have to say so myself.
I agree.
Yes. The push into Master Bedroom, Nasher didn't control it whatsoever. I thought he'd give up a bit more attack to that. And they could just literally just walk straight in. And unfortunately for Horizon, the Blitz just done too much work and they didn't get a notch sell-off over him.
Well, 1-on-1 then. The score evened out that so far. Kimbe picking up the Vigil. I don't actually think we've seen him play Vigil before. This is a new one. But the Blackbeard once again for Nasher. Again, clearly taking inspiration from Ron before he left. Blackbeard only, nothing else. Although this map is nice. We spoke about it earlier on. We saw the east and west side pincer. It just works so well because of the long corridors that you have to shoot down.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that again, but there's no DMR and they have to take a Barna there to try and get that armory wall open for the pincer, as you say. I think Nasher could possibly go to the kid's bedroom here, as I thought would happen before, or he can even sit there on that window and just hold up a nice little spot. He's got a shield in front of his face, as I keep mentioning, because I don't like it.
Rifle shield, boys.
5 seconds remaining.
The sledge is an interesting one as well. Like, it's always book or sledge. And I remember actually when Demo first did in week 1, a couple of these players, Nasher especially was a good example, he said. They play a lot of sledge. Yet we haven't seen him a whole lot. We see him occasionally get picked out when a team goes like full destructibility, which this team mostly is, except for the Blackbeard. Everything here has the capability to knock walls down. So they just want to open everything up and then use those sightlines that they can use with the Blackbeard to try and get out some of those early entry kills. It worked relatively well last time. They didn't have the full destructibility, but just having the Blackbeard itself was great. So maybe they're thinking, well, look, if the Blackbeard gives us that much pressure, let's just help him out. Let's make as much room for him as we can.
I agree, yeah. They're slowly but surely working their way into the north side of the building, and it looks like they're going to try and take construction and tower and work from that way. Although Nash is coming round for a little, I wouldn't say flank, but coming up.
Aggressive defense.
Yeah. Trying to catch someone off guard, coming downstairs, and he's going to get spotted out straight away from the camera.
Hi. I think they're aware there's at least one in kitchen, and they want to try and push through and clear at least that much out.
I think for me, bringing the sledge, as you just mentioned, I just touched on a little point there, he's probably one of the best you want to bring. He's got the most utility, he's got grenades, he can bring stun grenades, but Nash is going to be taken down by Greedy Willow, even though he's got one himself on the smoke. But the sledge, he's got so much destructibility, he's got one of the best guns, he's probably one of the best all-round operators there are on the game. So to see him be used so little was quite surprising to me.
See, this tweet us your best price in the week with ESL Prem is because production are nearly dying having to clip. You'll see another message coming in probably saying, please, we beg you. Okay, it takes a long time to get these clips, so if you find the clips that you think are the good ones, like those double C4 kills from earlier on, clip them, send them in, and you might find it in the top 5. Top 5, top 4. So use the top 5. 2 use the top 5s at this point.
Mop and Kimbe.
Wow, Kimbe. There we go.
That Vigil working unbelievably well. That's the 2K4 Kimbe and Mop.
This is what we spoke about with Kimbe. He's been the carry in previous weeks and getting those first couple of kills. Mop as well stepping up. It's what we wanted to see more of. We want to see these boys stepping forward. And Horizon, since that DC, it's almost like the last match as well. Whenever a DC happens, the momentum completely shifts to the other side. Now it's turn 1 to 1 up.
I thought the attack was going so well. I don't know what went wrong. Just the run out from Kimbe, they weren't expecting whatsoever. Looking at Kids Dorms, well, demo dorms, and nothing could be happening there. It's an odd one, really. Interesting to see that that happened so easily. Kimbe just went undetected. I know he's a Vigil and you can't see him on drones, but still, you have someone there.
So it's like, yeah, Ella just like can be scouted out, you know that much. And in this case, with the Vigil, the fact that it can't be seen, these guys who are very, very good in their 1v1 shootouts, they just don't have any option of being, you know, outdone by Intel in a sense. They always have the advantage if they know that they're a better shooter than others. It's why I think I would quite like to see Nasher picking it up a bit, because I know that he's very good with these gunfights. He's definitely kind of a Madman-esque player for Horizon. Just give him the tools to let him just run wild, I think, in a sense. You know, maybe in this case, what they've got for him here in terms of the smoke is what he's comfortable on. He's like, look, I'd rather just play the smoke. Like, I know what I can do with it. Maybe just really like terraforming, because he seems to love shooting out these stairs. Why not?
We'll see if he actually contests it this time with 2Mas on Ella. Because last time, neither of them, they just gave up control, and he's going for a spawn peek here, 2Mas, but none of them are going to get caught. But they just gave up control so easily that they shouldn't have done, and it'll be wise for them not to do that this time. Oof.
Wow.
I think that was Nasher, just hit him. Oh no.
Or was it a one-tap from Kimbe?
Really? Took 3/4 of his health.
Not quite enough to drop him, but once again picking up the blitz. Mop swearing by it this time as well, wants to keep on playing it. Understandably after last week, why would you not?
There he goes.
He's found one.
That's not going to flash him, unfortunately.
Ooh! Through the wall is that?
No, that was a rundown from 2Mas. 2Mas picking up another kill.
That's the problem, I guess, when you push without support. Now without the shield, they find themselves at a bit of a disadvantage, because last time they'd used this strat, it was all about the pressure that the blitz drew. It was so overwhelming for the most part, but Kimbe's going to bring down Joker, again, one of the 2 big slayers coming through from Horizon. Nasher still stands, so he's going to be the guy looking for work, but Kimbe on this Ash has been very impactful in both rounds that he's played it.
Just trying to work out where the attack's going to come from. There's 2 of them below, one being the buck, which is a good one. He can buck the entire floor, which I hope he does. Just spot someone out on a drone, then buck the floor, but they're not going to find any defenders straight above him at the moment.
Nigma keeping his eye on these stairs. You notice where the run out came from, so they're more than aware that this is where something's going to happen. Do manage to spat out that Elamine. Gets the one-tap. Nice! 2Max gets dropped down by Nigma, and now 1UPer back in the driving seat once more in a 4 versus 3. Going to start having to push upstairs soon, though. Only 1 minute 15 left on the clock.
Kizza with the kill from Ying. I'm actually enjoying this Ying play, to be honest. So underused, so underutilized, and Ying proving that her 51-round magazine is good enough. Could Tristan go for a run out here?
I think it's a bit heavy.
But Nasher.
I was about to say, when you've got Nasher off to the side already, you can just peek it, but it's not much safer, doesn't make sense. I guess it was added security. Trying to go for the push, still a 3 versus 2 here though as well. He almost gets the one-tap. Nasher goes for the 1v1, but doesn't quite win it out. Going to go drop out the smoke mine here, at least to deny that entry point. Needs to wear it the other side. The diffuser goes down though, just outside the master bedroom, and Nasher is the only one left alive to defend the point here. He's got to assault this diffuser, and he's got to deal with 2 members. One assaulting the stairs, one from outside. Going to get himself one tap through the wall. No, he's not. Why on earth he backs away there? I'm not 100% sure.
He's going to go around to try and buck underneath the diffuser.
Oh, it's going to make it so hard for him to do anything here, really. And you can see everything he does, unless he goes for a long diffuse here. Like, they've got a drone in, so they know exactly what's going on, and when they can just tell him when to run in. He's becoming to get sprayed from downstairs, though. A bit too late there. He's going to try and go for it almost. In fact, trying to go for the return spray, but no time left on this clock. I think he's completely out of options here. Gets for the injure, but Willow from beyond the grave will bring down Nasher, and 1UP suddenly find themselves in a 3-0 situation. After losing that first round 5-0, I thought it would be a back-and-forth game, but no. So far, this has been all 1UP.
Yeah, especially even beginning of that round, they lost the blitz really early, and you thought that was it. But they're 3-1 up now, and somehow looking pretty dominant on Oregon here.
Absolutely. Well, this could be a very, very quick map, or it could be a long drawn-out one. We saw the same with NX when they took it to 4-1 against Radix, and then Radix brought it back to 4-3 before NX eventually closed the map out. Now, Horizon, it's worth mentioning, and one thing I actually failed to mention earlier, I apologize to everyone for this. If they lose here, they cannot make it to LAN. They've already lost to 1UP previously. If they lose here 2-0 as well, the best they can do by taking the next 2 games, and if 1UP drop both of their next 2 games, is be on the same points as 1UP, but because of the head-to-head where 1UP would be 4-0, they lose outright. So they're in a lot of trouble here unless they can bring this map back. They need to win both of these maps here today to have a comfortable chance of going to LAN. Otherwise, the dream is over. Dun, 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 dun. Pressure in the second half of the Prem. I love it. Team sweat, players, fans and casters cheer and scream. It's great.
It's lovely.
It is. Feasting on the tears of players.
10 seconds to insertion.
Poor guys.
We're a very, very sadistic crowd by the sounds of it. Anyway, it's not over for them yet. 3-1, of course, the scoreline. There is some hope and some inspiration from Horizon's first round that they can pull something back from 1UP. Admittedly, 1UP have looked very, very solid so far. That Vigil coming back into play once again for Kimbe. We saw what he could do with that last time round. Was Horizon starting for construction?
I think that's a very interesting roam coming out from Kimbe. He's done all his all the work he needed to do, and then he's gone and opened up the kids' dorms windows just to try and throw off the attackers and slow them down, essentially.
That's what Roma's job is, mate.
Mm-hmm.
If he does it right, that is. I want to see them being scared, trying to push into meeting room here by the first start. It potentially seems a little scared like the tower.
Down to Kimbe.
Nash, again, you said a second ago about him. He's done his early work, and Kimbe's now gone on a very unexpected roam. Bringing down Nasher, one of the top gunmen on Horizon's side, is huge for them.
And then the attack just stalling out once again. The quick pick-off is not going to help them. They're trying to control meeting, they're trying to control everything else and just work from there. They're not working as a team and synchronizing together, basically.
It's weird because these are the 2 teams I look at in the Prem and think these are the guys who are backed by organisations who look relatively stable. Yes, Horizon have had the one change-out run for Nasher. Sensible pick-up, I think anyone would argue, any day of the week. But not really fully coming together yet for Horizon. And like I said, if they lose out today, they can't get to LAN. That's the end of their Prem dreams for this season at least. And we're only in week 4. There's still 2 more weeks to go after this one.
See you on the other side.
A really big fucking hole coming right up.
It's a bit of a shame.
Nobody in Attic, so they're not going to find anyone.
But someone should get it open, so of course the Bandit only being on one side means that they have that option. Being able to push him from there would be pretty big for them. But Kimbe's still lurking. He knows what they're trying to do upstairs.
It looks like they're going to go for a construction tower push here. Slowly work their way down and ensure that they have no roamers on their coattails, and that mirror there is straight away going to put their plans aback a bit.
Tristan's got to try and push and make something happen for them here. Someone's got to make a move soon because already they're in the final minute. It's almost like they're slightly lost without Nasher on the field, without that Blackbeard, which is what they're taking this full breach for. Again, let's not forget, this is truly a full breach team they've got. Everything is about creating these vision lines, and there is no one to really capitalize on it. There is no Blackbeard on side, so Kimbe getting the kill that counts early on is what could potentially win them this round outright.
Mop needs to go in here and ensure he gets that kill.
I think they're happy holding them with 30 seconds left to play with. All it takes is for Horizon to make the big push downstairs through meeting room.
Ooh,
however,
what a shot from Mop.
Not that it's going to matter. A good spray will bring down Joker. That's 2 of the big slayers gone, and suddenly Horizon are stuck between a rock and a hard place. They can choose to drop down and just basically dive straight into the Piranha's pit, or they can hang around upstairs and Mop will keep on getting kills. Not that it matters because they're 5 versus 1, and in a complete and utter turnaround from round 1, 1UP are showing Horizon what it's like to live in a nightmare. They're reminding them of... Kizza, please!
That's not good.
Look, I know you're my shotgun hero, mate. That doesn't mean shotgun your own team. It means the other team, the orange guys, the guys you're facing off against. But that's so trigger happy. Beautiful.
You would have done it.
Would you? Would I? I don't know.
I know that much.
Either way, match point now 4-1 in favour of 1UP. They've looked great. The last 4 rounds, we keep saying it, but they've looked super solid. And
just
I mean, you look at the scores for Horizon. 4 rounds, and they've got 5 kills across all of them. That's basically that's 1.25 kills a round. That's how dire the situation is for them right now. No. And the thing is, who do you point fingers at? Because in the first round, everyone contributed. Even the guys we looked at like 2max are saying, well, they're not really doing much. Okay, they got 2 kills. Brilliant. That was a great first round for them. Other than that, it's been incredibly quiet. And now I think with the case...
momentum just went, didn't it?
Yeah, and with 1UP on the attack this time round, I'm curious if Horizon make the same mistakes that we saw from Radix earlier on, which is stretching themselves a bit thin, sticking 1 or 2 in lofts and then leaving meeting room completely bare. You just give them an opportunity to take it over and suddenly force you completely off the point.
To me, it just feels like they get lost as soon as someone dies. As soon as a person dies, like they'll get picked off within the first 30 seconds, like we saw with Nasher there, and they just get lost. They don't know what to do. They've just lost it.
I think with Nasher especially, a lot of it was just down to the fact that they have this comp built around the Blackbeard, opening walls up and giving them those ranges and the angles to shoot down. If you don't have him, you're kind of relying on yourself. And when you've taken this comp purely to be built around him and he's gone, you know, the strength that you have falls apart. The strategy you probably practiced for falls apart. However, let's see how 1UP do on their potentially final attacking round here. They have everything they want once more. They've got that blitz shield. It didn't work too well for them last time because he got pinched downstairs while trying to push someone. So I'd hope here to see them at least try and make up for past mistakes by sticking behind him, making use of that shield, because that's where shield ops are strong. It's not that you can't really 1v1 them, it's that you have to be wary of the aggro they're drawing, because while you're focusing on the shield, there is someone else nearby ready to spray over their shoulder and drop you down.
That's what you hope. Didn't happen.
It doesn't happen in my solo queue games, but what do you expect in solo queue? Dark Days down in Copper 4.
But they're droning for him. They're doing it again. They're expecting that, and he's exposing himself. These roamers aren't doing their job at the moment, anyhow.
No one's gone down yet, but early days, 60 seconds in. This is where we get the kind of the match decider almost in the sense of what sets us up for that final sort of the round is always his first 2 opening kills. Pushing in towards meeting room though. Or in fact, no, straight downstairs. Ignore meeting room altogether. This is a very interesting strategy because
very quick. Yeah,
you leave yourself so exposed here from those hatch holes if you're not careful. Horizon's still got a few members hanging out around here. In fact, they're going to completely ignore them by the looks of it. Just completely bypass meeting room and look to go downstairs.
We haven't seen this today, that's for sure. He's going to go for the grenade and he doesn't hear it.
Oh, but Willow once again, that's his second kill from beyond the grave with these grenades. Great play by him on this front, but this is a bit of a blind attack downstairs here. Quite ironic given that he's playing Blitz, but they don't know what's going on. They don't have the intel behind that mirror wall, and rightly so. Going to get themselves a drone in there, try and find out what's going on. Nasher is making moves though. It's still a 4 versus 3, which means they might be able to close this round out, but they've got to find a way down soon. There's a minute left on the clock.
Hopefully start chucking down a few smokes now and working from there. Stalling out a little bit, the attack's just stalling out. Waiting on that medium room push from the Jaeger.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Here comes the smokes.
Such a slow assault. I don't know, it puts me on edge. Yeah, they take a bit too much time. Like,
ooh, the Blitz is going to go against that mirror there and lose. 2max gets the kill onto Mop. What a...
There we go.
Tristan takes out Nigma. Joker gets the last kill with the drop shot.
It was all a bit expected because for Mop, he was hanging around this area that we're seeing on screen right now. He was hanging around here for so long. Do I go down the stairs? Do I come back up? Do I go in the hatch? Do I drone? Do I go back down the stairs again? They wasted a good minute or so just dancing around the top of these stairs in this hatch point. And we said before, if you leave it into the final 30 seconds, you are going to start making mistakes. And they had all this time in the world to push through. They almost bypassed meeting room completely, but just didn't commit to that push.
Yeah.
I think they only need to back out and assault meeting room or go for a 4 or 5-man push down those stairs. Otherwise, it's a waste of time, and that's exactly what they did there. So, bit uncharacteristic for 1UP to make those kind of mistakes, but 4 and 2, Horizon have a lease of life. Now, question is, can they win 2 rounds on the bounce to bring it into overtime and potentially bring this map back away from 1UP?
You would have thought, being 1UP, they would have gone up to the top into attic and then tried to work their way down that way, as we've seen teams do before. But it wasn't to be, and they just stalled out the entire attack.
I think
I've not seen an attack stall out that badly.
No, I think when you've got the blitz, you kind of think, well, we should go for the push here because we'll always win because we have the shield, because we've got the flashes on the front of it, of course. Like, there's no point trying to get those above angles because it doesn't play to our strengths of what operators we've taken here. So I understand the thinking behind it. Just didn't execute it as well as I would have liked.
No.
Big whoops. But Kimbay is on that vigil once again. We saw what he did last time with that instant one-tap onto Nasher very early in the round. Completely unsettled Horizon. Horizon still not changing strat. They're still going for this 4 Destructors, 1 Blackbeard to try and get those angles open. Hasn't really worked for them in any scenario yet.
But could this be the comeback now?
Exactly, that's what you have to say. You always put this idea and these questions in people's heads. Is it going to be the round? We don't know. Only one way to find out, you have to stay and watch for the next 3 minutes. Look at that. I wonder if he's waiting for something.
They've just... Never mind.
Go on, mate.
No, I was just thinking, have they just locked him in? But no, they've got a grenade there to open it up. But it'd be nice to see them take control of this master bedroom now, because that has rarely happened. That's a nice Valkyrie Crown. It's going to be taken out straight away. It's quite an obvious one. And the master bedroom coming in here. 2Mass moving up in.
This is where actually we saw them sat last time around. We saw Radix versus NX. This is where they sat basically. They just lurked here the whole time in this corner. And then Mop pushed. In fact, no, it was in this match previously on one of the early rounds. Because I remember Mop pushing him with the shield. And they had to try and deal with 2Mass, who was sat around to his left, tucked in the corner. So it's kind of a reverse of roles almost, minus the shield. Pretty much exactly the same as what we saw earlier on, in fact. Kimbe lurking so far away though. Nash has got a nice angle looking down the attic, but they're still very wary to push down at this point.
Yeah. I like that they've taken control of master bedroom and they're slowly moving forward, but 2 minutes into the round, well, 1 minute into the round even, with 2 minutes left, they are going to have to get going. Mop gets a kill onto 2Mass. Just sat there, not overly spreading or doing overly much anyway.
It's always the intel that hurts me. The fact that teams don't have the intel, that they aren't droning these places out before they go for the assault. Like, there was an open wall there. Like, send a drone in, get someone to drone ahead of you, and just find out if there's someone lying down. Otherwise, he's kind of staring down the whole length of the attic, like, there's someone down the very end. Oh no, there's a guy right there, he's going to kill me. Damn.
That's such a nice spot from Kimbe. They did not expect that at all. Yep, being a nuisance as per, and he's going to go up there as well for that short spot.
Oh, that was close. I think that's just blind as well, just hoping for the best. Trying to pull off a Madman one-tap spray.
He is doing work with that Vigil, isn't he?
My biggest concern here is if it comes a push through from Horizon. Like, he's going to take him so long to rotate downstairs to come back up, because like you said, he's kind of been locked out almost. Although the Blackbeard's gone down from downstairs. This is what they wanted.
I think that was Kimbe, wasn't it?
Potentially, actually, yeah. You can see the leg. The leg down there. 2Mass gets to res though, so they still have the Blackbeard in play for now.
Left.
Yes, he's got to rotate now. He knows they probably won't be able to get many more cheese kills off this. They're going to have to rotate soon.
Have to watch it.
Or Horizon's got to go for the big push. Does he go for the peek on that window?
24 seconds left into the round. That push is going to have to come quickly. Everyone's back on site. 2 kills. Nasher.
They come through thick and fast. Horizon
are coming through with a fury.
Yeah, Kimbe again, he's so far away. Now they're brought down by Nasher, in fact. This could be their round. Nigma is the last man alive. He hasn't been their strongest player so far. Ooh. And that history will continue as Horizon bring it to 4 and 3. They're once again doing the reverse sweep, the same as we saw out of Radix. This could be huge.
That wasn't the most coordinated attack, if I do say so, but somehow made it work. They worked off the fly. I think the IGL halfway during the match made it well. And look at Nasher topping the leaderboard there. 6 and 4 during these 6 rounds. With what I'm pretty sure he got 2 in the first round, so he's probably on 8 kills now. So he is definitely proven to be the guy that they wanted to pick up.
It's a difficult situation because momentum shift. Speaking of momentum, what the hell, Fuse? There's something that's sealed every day.
No.
On Kimbe of all people as well.
Not on Oregon either.
No.
It's probably just to get rid of the utility in both dorms, I assume. Yeah, the Fuse is a very interesting pick.
Is the Fuse gone shield? If Fuse goes shields, they've got 2 shields to push him with. And the Ying, they could be going for that strat, actually.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad little strat.
They could be thinking, look, this hasn't really worked out the way we want before.
Got the shield.
Oh, that's a shame.
The AK-12, but it's not a bad weapon, is it?
Yeah, you just want to... Imagine here they try and go for what you commonly see on a stock take when you're playing on Clubhouse. Have the Fuse go in, the Blitz go in as your kind of frontline shield.
Yep.
Have the Fuse hit the diffusers, sit behind him, soak up quite a lot of bullets, go for the Ying Candelas as well. And you're in a pretty good spot there to try and get a plant down if you can get just inside a point.
Yeah, hopefully he goes to kids' dorms and the Blitz pretty much, he takes them, he takes all those bullets, and then on the kids' dorms, the Fuse is there to mop up and hopefully get that mirror out of there, which I possibly think he's going because he spawned a construction. Kimbe on the Fuse. He's normally a Ash main, isn't he?
Yeah. Usually playing between tower and the upstairs as well, so obviously choosing not to opt for that this time. If this catches them by surprise, I'll be incredibly impressed. Mott once again, just being himself, lurking around on this top floor with that shield. Again, just trying to be a nuisance. Just sit in front of them, let them know that you're there. The longer they're focusing on you, the less time they've got to look at someone like Kimbe. I've got 1 in attic though. I think it's the Blitz up there this time around. Go for the bandit trick if that were the case. Bit of a reinforced wall there, unfortunately, Joker. Going to struggle with that one.
Slowly working as usual. Yeah, Fuse is here as I thought. He'd be slowly working his way into, well, onto the kids' dorms, and Blitz here moving up through demo dorms. The attack slowly is developing now. Nobody's lost any slice of health whatsoever, and as I thought, the Fuse is coming out. The mirror hasn't heard that whatsoever.
She might get picked up by this, actually. She's in the room. Fast just runs away at the last second. Just about makes one.
Free speed's running away.
Yeah, imagine. In what world can a three speed outrun a Fuse grenade? Apparently this one. But as of yet, the Fuse hasn't been too effective. I'm quite surprised they haven't gone for that tap that we mentioned that we see on the stock take all the time, because, you know, realistically, why would you take Fuse over most of the other ops that you can pick up here? You know the Ash is your big one, and well, there we go.
Fuse is going to get taken out.
So Fuse has done nothing this round. Congratulations.
I think they were probably trying to go for the good look. But Tristan with the 2K, and he's doing nice work into tower, as you can see. One up at 82% to take this, but Horizon coming back with a late fury as 2max takes out Greedy Willow. Just left is the Thermite and the Blitz. The Thermite gets taken out by 2max, and this is not looking good. Could clutch it, but it is not looking good. Mop gets another kill. Slowly working his way in. He's got 28 seconds. He has diffuser, but the Jaeger is on him. That's a... Is that 2, 3, 2K? And he is moving up. The smoke canisters do come out. That is not going to help him whatsoever.
Oh, he's definitely
and that's going to put him down and out.
Nice. That's exactly why you take smoke. He's just really good at stalling out those last 30 seconds or so, or in this case, suffocating some poor guy who's trying to get a diffuser down.
With his toxic babes.
Later.
Nash is doing absolute work again.
Well,
that ties it up 4-4, and we go round into overtime.
Yes, we do.
I am enjoying this match a lot. Oh.
Yeah, we're going to have a rehost, though, so that way we have a good best of 3, I think, by the looks of it. That's why 2max are leaving. In fact, everyone is leaving, so yes, that will be the case. So I'm a little perplexed that it went from the case of being a very, very crushing round for Horizon, 4 rounds being won by 1UP, and then Horizon winning everything back once again.
Yeah, so am I. It's a back and forth match, which I wanted to see.
That
which
last round,
wanted to see.
That last round, I think, epitomised, though, how 1UP played the last few rounds. Was just a bit disjointed, like Fuse, Blitz pushing on his own.
The IGL's probably not giving the call-outs. There's not enough communication going on between them to try and work through that. I mean, the Blitz, I'd like to see in the Blitz, but he's just not doing what he needs to be doing, really. He's not pushing in as much. Like, I mean, you know, you have the Ash to push in as the entry fragger, but with a Blitz, you got to push in even further.
My biggest concern is that he keeps pushing alone, and that's not strictly his fault. That's more the team decision to go with the Blitz in the first place, I think. If you're going to push in like that, you need some kind of support behind you. It's one of the main reasons why you take shield-based operators, is that you have some cover to be able to push through into those doorways that generally might be quite dangerous to go for. You can afford to assault angles that otherwise wouldn't be assaultable. And at the minute you're saying, well, go with the pistol, go with some flashes, go and see who you can pick off on your own. We'll try and do our own thing. Fuse from Kimbe completely confused me because it had literally 0 impact.
Yeah,
it made an operator move about 5 foot. Whoop-de-doo. That's literally all it did.
I think he was there mainly just to get rid of the utility and try and push Mira out from Kids Dorms, but ultimately they weren't tracking who was in tower or attic, and they were too exposed in the end.
And they had 2 in tower at one point.
Yeah.
I think it was Joker who was up there for the most part, though, just watching those windows.
They had the Jaeger in the tower and the Bandit in the attic, who was just completely cut off. He had to go down to meeting room if he wanted to get out.
They were trying to spot someone who was in attic, because I know Kizza was lurking on that window for a long time leading into attic just to see if there was anyone there. But to be fair, you know, we've seen Bandits make mistakes before where they go for random peaks or they get completely picked off. But in this case, he just sat tight, sat in the corner and waited. And well, it paid off dividends in the end.
Pretty much, yeah.
I can't believe we're at 4-4. Honestly, I'm really surprised that 1UP have let it come to this.
Yeah, they're 4-1 and they've thrown it away. I hope they can keep going and actually win 6-4, but, you know.
Also, you know, fair play to Horizon. We can't take it away from them. They have fought back well.
Nasher has been the standout for me.
Yeah.
He's been a good pickup, I think.
It looked like it was all going downhill the same way as last week when they lost those 4 in a row. But pulling it back, you know, can't fault them too well. They have done well with that. Yeah. I think, like, in terms of how the actual team play, like, Horizon played with Blackbeard with Rum on the roster before. They're just sticking to what they knew from previously.
No, they need to just swap it up. Maybe try a different in-game leader and see how they go from there. I
don't mind them, like, keep playing this comp. It works. But we've already seen Kimbe a couple of times, like, gimp him very early in the round, and suddenly the whole comp falls apart.
Yeah. because the entire operation, I guess you can say, the entire strategy is based around one guy, and you can't do that at this sort of league.
Well, let's see the epic conclusion to this match between Horizon and 1UP. Of course, it is only the first map. Next one will be Chalet when we get done with Oregon, but first and foremost, it is overtime. That's just how close it's come. It looked like it was going to be 1UP's game when it was 4-1, but Horizon since then have fought back valiantly. It's going to be their time to close it out, but Kimbay's going to go back on that vigil once more. And Horizon stick by their guns. They're going for the Blackbeard strat.
Laundry and supply room here. I wouldn't mind seeing Ash run round to construction and try and cause some havoc as the Blackbeard did. Not take the Blackbeard down to construction, take the Ash this time and just overly work the free speed and see where they go from there. Typical setup here, going to try and hold a meeting, you would assume. And you can hear it there knocking 2 barricades down, which means if you just leave that, then you can just vault out after, and you give yourself some breathing room if you need to vault out onto an enemy who you think might be around a corner.
I like that they're sticking with their guns, kind of with the Ash at least. The Ash, we've seen a lot of impact from Kimbay especially. Although, admittedly, some rounds we have seen not get picked at all. So things like Butt come into play and they just drop the Ash altogether.
It's not bad.
It's a bit of a surprise because, I mean, Ash is... Okay, yeah, she had a slight nerf, obviously, a couple of months ago. It was nothing huge. I think it was going to completely shut her out of the game. Trying to push through.
Yeah, I've started using her G36C myself a bit more.
Mate, that's my like old school game, like my old school gun from like COD 4 back in the day. So all I used to do is run around with that gun and be like, yeah, this is me with a red dot slide. I'm doing it.
Put an angle grip on that and you're running around.
You've got a fetish for angle grip. Right?
You get to zoom in quicker.
There you go.
Oh,
sexy. You're never going to win a peak war against the Blackbeard.
I don't know why he's contesting that though. Because he's made a few little holes in. He's made a few little holes there, and he's just peeking his head through. There's just straight away you're going to get tapped off.
There's no reinforcements on the backside of meeting room here as well, so they can get in there with the Ash, which I think they've just opened up. So they have a way into meeting room at the very least. Nasher doing what Nasher does best and trying to find a way into the bottom side as well. We saw him assault this angle is what he assaulted last time around and got a good couple of easy kills for it as well. So I like that they've split that up. They know that they're confident in him doing what he's doing right now. Even have been Tristan round to give him some support downstairs, and Joker is still on the top floor, mind you. He's miles away from the action.
They have nobody in meetings, so they can just waltz on in, open up every single hatch, and only half the round is left. But it's Kim. No, he's not going to be able to see him because Attic is not open or viable for anyone to get through. And it's going to be hard for the Blackbeard to contest that, but he's going to have to try and run through.
Just going to abandon the window altogether. Wow.
Time to make a new door.
That comes as a slight surprise because a couple of times we've seen the Mirrors win trades like that, even against like a Blackbeard, but in this, ooh, that was a bit close there. Take a few hairs off the edge maybe. Ooh, C4, a bit early.
Minute left of the round. No smoke as he was taken out early.
No smoke without fire, and there's a lot of that going on right now between the two teams, back and forth.
Construction push is real.
Oh, nice.
Kimbay gets taken out by 2 max, leaving it a 5v5. Joker and Nasher, they're just going ham now. 5 versus 1. This is not looking good for Greedy Willow.
It's not looking good at all.
Not looking good for 1UP.
I was just about to say, and for the rest goes for the 9, but this is completely... Horizon get the 5-0. This is back to what we saw at the very first round, and it almost feels like since that DC in the early first round, you know, they went on a bit of tilt, like Horizon lost their kind of footing a little. Since then, they've won 4 rounds back-to-back now.
Yeah.
It's been 1 round, 4 rounds, 4 rounds between the two sides. 1UP got a bit of work to do here. They've got to win 2 rounds on the bounce if they want to win this overtime and take away Oregon. But Horizon is saying, look, we do not want to go out of Prem. We still want to get to LAN. This is how we're going to do it.
This happens for next match. We're in for a treat.
Oh, yeah.
But that Blackbeard play was exceptional from Nasher. Just slowly moving up, giving instructions to his teammates, telling them what to do, and the construction push happened. It was nice to see a construction push. You don't really see that. You usually see just the top hatch taken and then move down from there. But once you get construction push, you've got so many different angles you can get through, especially if you open up meeting as well. And overall, the attackers just outgunned them and pretty much just destroyed them in the end.
Always seems to be the way. Now, once again for 1UP, at least they've got rid of the fuse, which I'm happy about. They've got Kimbay back.
Doesn't like fuse, do you?
I don't mind him. I think he's really, really good in a couple of maps for a couple of points. If you're trying to assault Strip Club, for example, very, very good. I always come back to Clubhouse. Yeah. I know the map. You can tell, right? I like him there, and that's probably about the only use of him I've seen that I like. I think here it was just a bit... You're trying to almost clear out a bedroom so you can storm the bedroom and take over there and then try and stage an assault from there. It was just seemed a bit forced. There are much better ways of getting in there, I think, or trying out different things rather than going for this half-hashed assault from one side with the Blitz and from the other side with the Fuse. It was just a bit weird. I much prefer this when Kimbe is on a very, very quick operator where he can make these plays because we know that he can do that. He's been doing it for weeks. I like the sticking by the Blitz. Now, I want to know if they're going to change things around and back him up a bit here, because if he goes in solo and gets himself tagged off again, it's going to be more of the same that we saw previously.
Absolutely, and they're bringing the buck with him this time. They need to take 2 of them and then bring one who can bring someone like Nigma who can actually drone in for them both. But 2Mas has already lost well over half his health on Ella, and that could be detriment to the attack, to the defense here.
On the backside. Let's not forget, Horizon win this one. They take Oregon full stop. So 1UP have got work to do still. Generally, we've seen defenders being the more favourable side to be on so far today. It's the week of the defender, it seems.
Slowly pushing him. It's a pretty slow push, if I do say so. Oh, and the mirror is going to go down from the buck. Sure.
No, she lay down.
Oh, she wasn't down.
Almost. Almost.
Hasn't even taken any damage.
Wow.
That was, again, the Blitz. Not giving any cover whatsoever. Opening up the floor and then just no cover at all.
I'm not a huge fan of it anymore, I think. We see. I don't mind the attempts, but they've tried it 3 times now and it hasn't worked any of the times that they've tried.
No.
You know, Insanity is trying to see things over and over again. That's exactly what they're doing right now. A bit of madness being showed by 1UP.
Kimbe, though, taking out Tristan, which is always a nice pick.
Yeah. Again, I like it now that he's back on this Slayer-based operator, not playing on the Fuse anymore, which didn't work out too well from before. I much prefer the Ashe because he can do what he does best, which is win these gunfights. He's one of their top Slayers. You need him on a gun-based operator just to try and get these kills across your team. Now, with 1 minute left to play with, it's 4 versus 4. I'm not feeling so great for 1UP, admittedly.
No. Although, that being said, the defenders have lost a lot of health.
Yeah. A few little chips here and there.
The mirror being opened, I'm not entirely sure why. They could just look to the left-hand side or the right-hand side if they open up a little shotgun hole, but 1 smoke Candela is going to go off. Not Candela, but smoke. Joker gets Nigma. He gets a 2K onto Greedy Willow, and Horizon look like they're going to take this.
They are, yeah. 4 versus 2 now. Horizon
is down.
They've got a couple of kills. They've got to deal with this. If they go for the push, they're going to go for the push and gets the kill on as well. Horizon bringing this one out for 2Mas. And, well, Horizon bringing it out with 2Mas, I should say. But a great final performance by Horizon. What a comeback. 6 rounds on the bounce.
Unbelievable stuff, Jeff.
Hey, I like it. Nice. That's also made me smile and laugh. Good stuff. But Horizon show that 1UP aren't going to have an easy run of the things this week either. It's not going to be a 2-0 for them. It's going to at least be a 1-for-1. However, Horizon still have the opportunity to take it 2-0 completely.
This is it. I told you they'd get 1 map, didn't I?
All right, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
A cup of tea for that.
Is it? Oh, no.
I think so.
Well, I can't say I make a good cup of tea. I never said the quality of the cup of tea I make.
No.
So we'll have to wait and see. Unfortunately, there won't be any replays of this one, as that tech issue we had did kind of completely throw things into oblivion. Sorry about that one. We'll have some more stuff for you from after the next map at least, which we can talk about right now, because Chalet is going to be next. What do you think of that?
I think 1UP was so impressive last week. The amount of... I was just impressed by their top hold. I don't know if you saw the top hold. Basically, they were in dining and kitchen. Top hold, they had all 4 people upstairs.
Oh, I did hear about this, actually. Yeah, I think Demo said to me, he was like, it was crazy, you couldn't believe it.
That as well, to you.
Yeah, weren't you?
But Smoke was downstairs on his own. Was it Kizu who plays a smoke for them, yeah?
Yeah, plays with the shotgun.
Yeah.
Anything that's got a shotgun, Kizu's playing it.
Nothing could contest them. They just picked them off 1 by 1. Hopefully they'll do that again and 1UP get there, but I think that's their map, isn't it? So
I think to a degree, and I think also teams will be aware that they've got that strategy in their books now, and will be thinking of ways to counter it, or at least react to it and find a different way to assault the point altogether, so as not to give them that opportunity. Admittedly, they've still got to get onto the point regardless of whichever way you look at it, so they've got to clear out top floor first. If 1UP are comfortable up there, it's going to be a hard take for Horizon, but we also thought that about this game, that they got, you know, 10-1 essentially in overall rounds last week. And today they've come through and just gone, look, we're not out of this yet. Don't write us off just now. We've still got a lot of opportunity.
That's definitely not happening again.
No. They're not a fan of that.
No, you take
and
Nasher.
rightly so. Yeah, Nasher's looked good. I thought, at least early on, I was kind of questioning, like, is it really making that big an impact? Because he's not running around getting tons of kills. But that was mostly on Kimbe, I think, getting a couple of early frags onto Nasher to shut down the team. They then looked like the old Horizon we used to see it. And that was the problem, I think. Once they found a way to, or when Nasher played a bit more safely, when they learned to deal and get some scouts out first to find out exactly what was going on, if they kept Kimbe quiet, that's when they won rounds, and I think they figured that out just in the nick of time.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree, yeah. He done unbelievable work, and Kimbe being shut down was probably the highlight of the entire thing, because, I mean, he got a few frags off, he got the two-piece with Vigil when he ran out, looking up at Kid Storms, but somehow, as I say, managed to just get shut down.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the polls who actually think is going to win this one, because quite large in favour of 1UP as well. 82% in favour of them. After last week's performance, you'd be hard-pressed to disagree. However, clearly, the 18% faithful so far being rewarded by Nasher now that he's joined Horizon.
Absolutely, yeah. They were 78% as well last week, 1UP to win, so there's a lot of people with a lot of support for them, but
yeah,
you never know.
Looks like a draw might be the answer to our woes.
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. 1UP, they got the fragging potential, they got the strats. Can they just hold off Nasher?
Yeah. And I think especially on this map, do you think they can employ the same strategy we just saw before? Can they play this kind of 4 destructibility operators and then go for the Blackbeard? Or do you think maybe the Blackbeard's not worth taking here?
On Chalet, I think Blackbeard could be possibly worth taking, especially if they do that upstairs hold again in Kitchen and Trophy. The Blackbeard, he'll just sit outside a window of Kitchen and Trophy, and then they can't attack him. They have to run out, they have to do something magical to try and stop him.
Yeah.
So, probably not. They probably won't even go for the upstairs hold again. They won't try it, I don't think, but we'll see.
I think the situation in which they bring that out is if things aren't going their way and they're losing rounds like they were just then when they lost 4, 5, 6 on the bounce, maybe that's when you employ that and just think, right, well, it worked so well last week, let's do the same again.
Yeah.
Let's try and tilt Horizon as best we can.
It's such an odd one to do, to chuck out, but it worked so well.
Let's just kind of think what the impact will be if this... Because the big storyline I've got down for 1UP is, over the weeks they've got better and better. Admittedly, when you come up against Vexed in week 1, you're always going to look quite weak because they are very, very good in terms of gun skill. And generally that raw kind of gun skill, 90% of the time will beat out raw strategy because you will win those 1v1s regardless of where the enemy are. So I think for them in that week 1, it was a tough week. Second week and third week, they just got gradually better and improved more and more and more. They saw more of their team starting to step up and so on and so forth. This week for me was the week where they really showed if they are going to be genuine LAN final contenders, if they can win the whole thing. So far, on what we've seen against Horizon, either Horizon have suddenly got incredibly good in the last week, or 1UP have just lost a bit of that edge that we saw from them in previous weeks.
Yeah.
I leave you speechless all the time.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what to say to it because I agree with you so much. You're such a wise man.
Thanks, man. Wow,
Alex laughing his head off.
To butter me up a little bit, Jesus.
No. I mean, yeah, I think for me it's just 1UP. They've not been concentrating. They've not been taking the right. They've not been doing what we saw last week. They were just so dominant last week, getting those frags, and Horizon had nothing to do with it. Interesting to see the castle here straight away. You don't normally see castle on this hold.
Well, they're going for it.
That's the Nasher effect.
It's more, if anything else, to try and stop the nades from flying through, especially on the one side above Garage there as well. So if that's open, it's so easy to get a few bullets through and start lobbing grenades and hoping you get a lucky kill. And again, it's all about resource trading. I speak about this most weeks in terms of saying if you can force out a Hibana charge or even the Thermite charge, that's like Dreamland in most cases. Admittedly here they've got the Ash, so it's not as big.
Using up that utility.
Absolutely. Because then that forces them to make some tough decisions when it comes down to using it when actually assaulting the point itself. Horizon have gone for the Valkyrie once more alongside the castle, as you said. Valkyrie making quite a few appearances today.
Yeah.
Especially on this map because you get cameras into the trees and it's so hard to spot the cameras out. The amount of vision it gives you and generally the wide range that you get from it too.
The run out you get for that is just pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Tossing a stun grenade.
Kimbe back on the Ash, which you always want to see. And Joker straight away going to get that run out, as we were just alluding to. Taking out Mott, who was one of their best fraggers for 1UP last week. 4.25 KD, 17 kills and 4 deaths. And another one's running out, 2 mass. Horizon are very aggressive here.
Looking to catch them unawares a little bit. So far it's working though, because it's 5 versus 3.
Tristan takes out Willow as well. I don't think 1UP were expecting this whatsoever.
Ooh.
And again, another one.
Almost getting another one. Gets a bit of chip damage down, but not really giving enough to scare 1UP away, I don't think. But 1UP still, in a 5v3 situation, being caught completely unawares by the aggression that Horizon have showed.
A minute into the round, and that Valkyrie camera is going to do absolute work.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Such a good camera, and one I'd highly recommend. Trying to just get it out into the trees. That's a nice camera as well. You can see who's coming through. Straight away, they already know that 2 people are down in the looking through the fireplace hallway, actually through the main lobby, so they already know 2 people are there. One's going to get spotted out, I think.
Tristan lurking deep downstairs as well. Probably watching the stairs to see if anything has come from it. 1 minute 20 to play with.
Tough ask for 1UP here.
A little bit.
Nigma though with the little quick frag onto 2Mass.
I'll give him that. The amount of control you get just from holding this balcony as well is pretty huge.
There's a lovely little camera you can get. If you have a look on that balcony, you turn to your right, and when you're trying to go through the barricaded door, just chuck a camera up to the top and you'll be able to have a look through the entire fireplace. Trying to get these roamers. Kizza. Oh. I don't think Kizza knows that he's there. Tristan, though, however, will take out Kimbe, which is a tough ask now for 1UP, who are looking very stretched. Kizza going in for the fight with the, was it the bandit? Slowly but surely.
Oh, looks the wrong way.
Joker takes him out. That's 3 versus 1.
Can Nigma be the hero they need?
Nigma, here he goes, lose a little bit of damage, health.
Hasn't even got the diffuser, I don't think, does he? Nope. He's in a world of trouble here. He's going to try and see what he can do with it, but I think in a 1 versus 3 where he's got the only 2 kills in the round as well.
10 seconds left to go. Barbed wire is not going to help him whatsoever.
Nope.
He's going to have to go through the main hallway because of the castle barricade, and Joker takes him out. Pretty convincing from Horizon there.
I love that round and everyone just suddenly springs out from all the hiding locations. It's not a game of hide and seek when someone loses. It's, oh, everyone come out now. Oh, there you go. Here I was the whole time. But look at that. Nigma, the only guy getting kills there. Joker having a big round, and we spoke about him earlier on, saying if Joker has Nasher to kind of stack up alongside him, this could be a really lethal combo. It didn't look it to begin with on the last map, but it's getting there.
Yeah, you talked about Joker before the map even started, and you said how good he would be pinching with Nasher, so nice to see him finally coming to the party. And maybe it could be a 2-0 to Horizon this time.
Quite possibly. The thing is with Horizon overall is that as a roster they're very stable. Like there are no real big kind of high, any guys who kind of run away with the game completely, and there's never really been a player that's completely sunk below everyone else and not done anything, bar the one for 14 last week. Otherwise, they've been a pretty stable team. Joker, you could say, is the carry, because in week 1 he went 18 and 12 and was definitely one of the top killers that week, I think, overall. But aside from that, nothing massive. Whereas Nasher, I think, has helped transform them somewhat by enabling guys like Joker to have additional pressure alongside Nasher. Some of the opportunities they've got as a team are endless.
Yeah, it gives him the freedom to actually roam.
I like the visual being picked up once again, though. We spoke about it quite a lot last map. And clearly, Kimbe dropping that Ella, opting a lot more to start taking away the vigil. Smart choice.
I think he's a smart choice, yeah.
The
Kia, the gun, K1A is very good. Just hits like anything, and it's laser-like. So don't see why Vigil would not be picked, even if his utility is not all that. Just the fragging potential. Here they go, the droning out phase. Habana and Thermite.
Trying to see what they can find upstairs. Wise once more. Get some intel upstairs, know who the roamers are, and deal with them accordingly. Well, of course, we'll be able to spot out Kimbe. They'll be aware that he's around, but won't know exactly where to find him, which definitely adds another layer of delay to what they're trying to do. Even if it's an extra 5 seconds or so before you go to try and make a move, you have to deal with the Vigil. We've already seen what you can do. Like when he did the run out last time, managed to bring down Nasher, it just completely upturned Horizon's chances of winning those rounds, it felt like. And, well, more of the same here.
Yeah, it's a nice little spot coming out there from the buck and Nasher. He gets to see through the entire stairway, which is a nice little cut-off point. For me personally, I would have preferred Nasher to go downstairs and buck from below. Get a nice little angle there and try and get everyone out of Trophy. But as they're not actually moving from Trophy here, anyone. Because nobody is in Trophy. Kitchen even, sorry. Anyhow.
Oh, 2 max on the Blackbeard this time. Also to take Nasher on something else.
Nash is on the buck.
Team flexibility.
Yes, just what you want to see.
I always dread the day that someone misses that and hits the bar and it just bounces straight back up and kills you.
Seen it a fair few times in rank.
Yeah. You know, there's one more lurker up here. They've got to deal with that Roma.
They do.
They must. They've drawn the whole thing out. They must know he's somewhere
Hizza
up
with
here.
the kill onto Tristan. That helps out the defenders quite a bit. Tumas. Willow. But they don't know that Roma is in library.
Well, he's got to make a move downstairs soon. And there's even one down. Speaking of downstairs, there is another one downstairs. It's Kimbe.
Viggly Viggle.
Yeah, I'm just wary here that they've got two Romas lurking around. Even Nigma's pretty low.
Oof, Kimbe.
Finally, the Roma strike. Silent and deadly. I was going to say, I was concerned that they had two Romas running around when there was only 4 left and they were being assaulted by 4 members of Horizon. But returning that kill back out at least neutralizes things a bit more.
Smart play from Kimbe there. He knew that was coming. Natural with a nice kill onto Mop. Gonna know he's coming through with a barbed wire. But I don't think they don't. They didn't hear that.
How?
Did not hear that.
How?
The Romas are going to come into effect here, and it's all down to Kimbe on the Viggly Viggle.
This is a big ask.
And he gets one on Nasher. Okay. He's going to get called out. And he gets taken out by Tumax.
Too easy.
2-0 to Horizon.
A bit of mistakes there by 1UP again. I think didn't really converge back on the point quick enough. And by the time they did, well, you saw what happened at the end there. It left one Roma to face off against everyone else. Bit of team coordination missing, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe awareness too, because Willow just ran straight across the doorway with no idea of who was upstairs. Maybe they assumed because they had a Roma upstairs it was safe, whereas clearly they were completely without the knowledge.
He just waltzed in, he just went down the stairs, and that was that.
Yep.
The 2 Romas who was down in Snowmobile and in one in Library, they just did whatever they wanted to, and they got back on site, and nothing worked. They should have dropped back. They should have been told. But that being said, they didn't get called to, and they lost the round, unfortunately.
Happens.
Yeah, slot over.
Can't win them all.
No.
Although losing all of them would also be very, very bad, because at the minute 1UP are 0 and 2. Horizon looking very good. Definitely starting to. I mean, I always expected in their first week together as a team with Nash, some things would have to change. His playstyle varies very wildly from Rum, who generally was a lot slower, more conservative with the Blackbeard. And yes, they had Nasher on that to begin with. It was okay. Whereas him being on the more kind of mobile-based operator seems to work a lot better for them.
For sure, yeah. Bringing out the castle once again here. And I think that's going to help them a tremendous amount. If he's doing what I think he's doing, then he's going to be here. And he's just going to try and stall them out the entire time. He's castled off Dining, I think it is. And from there, they're just going to try and hold them. They're not going to let them get the trophy push and just hold trophy as much as possible. 1 armor panel left.
If this turns around after those first 4 rounds that 1UP had, and Horizon take the whole thing away, I literally went, I won't know what to say. Because I can't... we saw this last week.
It's good strategy. Hit it 11, what, is it 10 or 11 times, and then you got to hit it once more and jump straight out.
If you need to rotate through, it makes it a lot easier.
We saw the Ash there just chucking a stun grenade through the drone hole. For me, I personally prefer to go for a Zosha or a Zofia concussion mine straight through that, and that way it stops the bandit tricking altogether, as he is Ella-mined essentially.
Kimbe on his trusty favourite Ash. Still yet to really make too much movement towards downstairs. They are slowly creeping down though, just with the drones. Again, it's all about that intel, knowing where the enemy are before you go for the big plays. Almost gets the one-tap there, but just misses it out. Willow forced to back away.
A massive dining hold here. They're committing a lot to this.
Get that
It's a nice little angle.
Ooh!
Joker takes out the buck. That's a lovely kill, and you needed that.
Couple of milliseconds too slow there, it felt like.
Yeah.
If you'd gone for the spray as soon as it opened it up and just to hope that someone was there, that would have been a lot better for them.
Kimbe takes out Tristan. That's the
Jaeger
Jaeger down.
Still trying to
slowly progressing, and then Nash is giving orders here.
The boy.
He's going to take down that armor panel and get it back. That's always a good strategy. You take down one armor panel, the attackers will think it's in one specific spot, and then you can always chuck it in somewhere else.
Always use it again later if you need to.
Exactly.
Well, they finally managed to get Snowmobile open with only a minute left to play, mind you. Got that mirror window down, but it is on a soft wall, so they have the ability to spray through and hope that someone's behind it. Haven't got the advantage
going for a... Yeah, Nashville was going for a roam there. Managed to pick up Kimbe. 2Max gets Nigma, and now it's a 4 versus 2. The defender's looking strong once again.
It's kind of what we expected all the time. Horizon about to potentially take this to 3-0, and 1UP suddenly got to start asking questions to themselves. Lose Willow as well.
Nasher again.
There is
taking out
Kizza.
Willow.
Only Kizza left into 4. Now, if I were a betting man, I'd say he's not going to win. And I'd be correct, because he didn't win.
No.
Doesn't matter how much of a shotgun hero he may be, my friend. Unfortunately, Horizon, or at least unfortunate for 1UP, Horizon, take yet another round. How many is that on the bounce now? About 8 or 9 rounds?
Yeah.
Talk about a mentality shift mid-match. This is huge for Horizon.
They just look unstoppable, don't they?
I like it. It's good.
It's nice to see.
Although for 1UP, there's so many questions to ask around what's going wrong for them here. Like, the fact that they're losing so many in a row, I'm concerned.
I'm not... They're not doing anything overly that wrong, though. They're just getting outgunned every time, and not really... Nasher's giving out good calls to outstrat them, and it's just working from there. He's been an absolute blinding pick.
It's even the case with like Kimbe, who's been relatively quiet. Again, usually one of their top gunners has been muted so far. Not really been able to achieve too much. I know that Willow and Kizza are their 2 founding members, and they kind of co-captain the team. Willow is generally the main IGL. And I don't know. It feels maybe that his calls are being a little bit slower than what's coming through from Horizon. It's not responding to the situation correctly.
Here they go with the defense I was talking about, I think.
The upstairs hold you were talking about.
Yeah, I think they're going for that. Although they're bringing out the pulse this time instead of the smoke, which is a little different.
Interesting.
Kids are still on it, none the same.
10 seconds left before...
All the same.
Well,
English is hard.
5 seconds left before...
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Speak it every day. Once you sit on a desk, it's like, what are words again?
Attackers have recovered.
It's quite weird.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Well, let's see what they can get away with now. Can 1UP at least pull 1 round back? Because this has been very much so what happened last week, put into complete reverse. And that seems to be the story of today. It's always in reverse. For Enix, they basically undid onto Radix what Radix undid to them last week. I didn't say that. He said that. That's right, you get it off the screen. Attribute your quotes correctly. Did I say it? Did I say that?
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, you said when you get to the desk. What are words?
Oh. Wow. I apologise, production, for that flame. I'm a bad person.
Thumbs up.
Yeah. They're cool with it, it's fine.
Here we go, here comes the push. I wouldn't mind seeing 2Max run straight in, but they're going to try and pinch the Valkyrie there.
They know that Mop is looking for that pin out, and that's going to make things a lot harder for them, but Willow gets one return onto Horizon. I think that's the first opening kill they've got in quite a few rounds now. And 1UP need this. They need this round to get some momentum shift back in their favour. Otherwise, this goes very, very quickly to a 2-0 Horizon, which is probably their worst nightmare. Enigma will bring down Nash. That's one of their top gunners gone off the field completely. Joker is still alive, mind you.
2Max isn't... Oh, I was going to say he isn't doing much, but what a shot.
Through the wall as well.
Jeepers creepers, that is unbelievable.
Soft wall. Unlucky.
Madman-esque. So, 4 versus 3 now. Can 1UP bring this, we say, different defense again for him?
Intriguing defense.
Yeah.
Well, they've got to choose what they want to go for here, down to 1 minute and 10 seconds, finding themselves in a 4 versus 3. So Horizon somewhat on the back foot. Lost one of their big fraggers in Nasher. Can Tristan lead them to victory is my next big question.
Or Joker.
Oof. Oh, okay, there's one spray.
Enigma down.
So they may actually have bedroom control here.
Yeah, I think they do, especially with that Blackbeard there. Oh, the hatch is already open even.
I think
he knows he's there.
Oh, that was beautiful.
2Max doing work.
Are they going to see him run in here, or?
I don't think that defender's going to run in. And, ooh, I was about to say this is looking bad for 1UP, but they've just taken back control here.
30 seconds to play with their Horizon. Are going to make a move soon, but the problem is for me here, they're somewhat split up. Tristan going for the defuse once more.
Here's Thermite. They don't need to open that up.
He really likes these holes, doesn't he?
That's what she said.
Wee.
15 seconds left.
What?
The other side of the mirror. Now, we've seen this happen a couple of times. It's very risky. Why run? Why not just hold the angle?
Yeah,
there is no reason to move there. Now you put your teammate in a very difficult situation. He's got to try and hold this as best he can. This is so... yeah, not going to happen.
Unlucky.
That was a very questionable run-in, though. I don't really get that final run when you should have just held that angle. The only way they had of getting in was by running through that doorway. You haven't got to run through it yourself. Just let them come to you.
This is it.
I guess the one thing he could have been worried about is if the mirror window got shot out, then he would have been in a lot of trouble. So he had to try and put some pressure down to stop them doing that. But maybe the big question then was, well, why are you planting there?
Yeah.
Like, go to the other wall next to it, which is a lot safer. There's no mirror window on it, and plant next to that instead. However, of course, I'm not in the game. I don't know what calls are going on right now. But at least 1UP managed to take a round back here on Chalet. Finally.
This is where they turn it around, I think.
Is this the revolution, the 1UP revolution? Does it begin here? Of course, their logo is a fist as they start punching the air and dreaming of victory.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Not sure if they'll get it. This is the big... I don't know. They've gone for a more sensible lineup again, once again, so not trying anything too wacky again, this time, which I'm happy with. Other side, though, Horizon did this in the first round that they won, which was take the castle and the Valkyrie, and it worked wonders for them, to be honest.
Bomb located by attackers.
Are they going for the same? No, I thought they were going for the same strat upstairs, and I was going to say, what the hell? No. Pass on that. They're going for the trophy and kitchen hold, though, which worked well for them last time.
10 seconds
The issue, that's actually the attack. They attacked onto this last time, sorry, and that was when they managed to get the pinch in a bit quicker, and 1UP kind of left their roamers a bit too far out, and by the time they managed to rotate around to try and deal with the plant coming through, it was already too late. Now, Valkyrie, once again, we've seen her used somewhat effectively previously. All about them trees. All about the trees.
Yes, that's what we mentioned.
In this case, it's about the floor.
First round.
Yes.
Works out so well because they're so hard to spot, and usually people don't take an IQ, so...
Lots of early gunfire going down. Lots of early gunfire going down. Just trying to get open what they can, push their way in once more. I think they just want to go for this upper ground control again, so they can start assaulting downstairs a little bit easier. Tristan's already taken a bit of a tickle from someone. Nope. Joker opens to score him. Willow getting dropped. Oh, almost gets tagged out from the side though. It's actually Enigma getting the kill onto Tumas.
Much needed there.
So 1-on-1 for them so far. Balcony being held up by the Thermite up on ground high. So they have that visibility into main lobby. Of course, not by the trying to push, but if they can get this main lobby, it leads into an assault that can go through into kitchen and trophy.
Roma's doing what they're supposed to be doing. Just waiting out, baiting out, roaming around, and hopefully getting a pick off. I wouldn't mind seeing Tristan not contest that, as he's so open. It's not a bad little spot. No, not at all. Ooh. He knows he's reloading, so he can run back in.
Yeah, I was really concerned there for a second, like, what if he gets out his secondary and just pops in, but nope.
I don't see the point in that bandit at all.
No. Confuses me a little.
They're pushing library, trying to take control now as they know someone's in there, they're roaming in there. Oof, Enigma's gonna get shot at a bunch.
Doesn't get dropped though.
Nope.
Loses a few health bars for his trouble. Ooh, Joker narrowly missing that spray down there. Now it's going to be a bit of a 1v1 going on.
Ooh, he doesn't know he's
trying to find each other out. He goes to the right. No, he does. Now he knows then. He's going to find out the hard way as Mott brings Joker down. Now in a 3v3. 45 seconds on the clock. 1UP, you'd argue, still at a slight disadvantage. They are the aggressors in this situation.
Yep, the Valkyrie camera's going to come into work here. That was a smart little play there from the Hibana, if you didn't know. You shoot your Hibana pellets and it takes out the entire ADS that Jaeger has.
Ah, I did not know that.
Learn something new every day.
Yes, I do.
And Tristan gets the kill onto Mop. And 1UP look like they're going to start deteriorating here. They got 20 seconds to go. And the push is going to start coming from the main lobby. They're baiting that out. They can't. They need to get into that castle straight away. And they're not even going to be able to get in here, I don't think.
I was going to say, that could be a very easy
they've got no time. They're not going to get this done.
No way. They've got one kill, got two kills. Can they go?
Just has to hide.
No!
Just has to hide.
Oh, he's done it!
Nasha! What a spot.
Nasha, like you said, could have stayed hidden then quite easily and just won the round out on time alone. But
he's searching for him.
He's thinking, you know what?
He saved ammo by getting Hibana down. And then bang, took the head off Thermite and wins around for Horizon.
It would have been quite risky, because of course, when he saw Enigma go down, if he'd turned around and instantly communicated, okay, he's on the side in kitchen, It could have been an instant
Wouldn't be able to see that straight away. That's the unfortunate
That's the problem,
thing.
yeah. It would have been such a risk trying to go for that, like, not go for the kill, sorry, instead trying to sit tight. So what is called by Nasher, wins in the round out once more. Now they're at match point. Horizon are 1 round away from completely turning last week's result on its head and nullifying the whole result by taking this to an 0 against 1UP. Only concern for me is if it did come to a tiebreaker in the final week where these two teams were on the same number of points, it goes down to head-to-head result, which will be an even at 2 and 2. Then it goes down to number of rounds. And because of Horizon's performance last week, 1UP would be the ones who would walk away the victor in that situation.
And what we just saw on Oregon, that Horizon lost so many. That being said, though, Horizon are impressing me quite a bit.
They're looking good. I like how yeah, I was about to say they look very sharp compared to previously, which is always a good thing. As if it could ever be a bad thing.
10 seconds left.
I love seeing where these cameras go from Nigma.
5 seconds left.
Just watching Valkyrie cameras. Even mirrors, I like watching
on this map, it's really fun.
Look, this is a crack.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Wow, opening kill onto Nather as well. With a spawn peek. Yeah, this is one of the first things you learn as you start climbing the ranks, I think, is how to deal with spawn peaks.
Yeah.
But just not respecting the opportunity for that to happen. They've lost one of their biggest members now. This could be a 1UP round on the back. We've seen this happen previously. In fact, the rounds when 1UP were running 4 in a row was because Kimbe, as we said, consistently picked off Nasher early on. He's just done it again, which tends to push me towards thinking that this could definitely be their round.
I think Kimbe was down back in garage there, and he went to the barricade, knocked it out, knocked one little bit out, looked up, and you're going to see the spawn. They're just going to not, as you say, pay enough respect, and they were just sprinting around. Kimbe running out again. I think that's the second time he's run out today now. Well, in this round even.
Well, it wasn't quite a run out, but it definitely was. Oh, 2Mass. Getting tagged. Bit of a blind spray, hoping for the best, although he'd already moved on by that point. Just want to try and hold this upper ground as best as he can. The longer he can hold 2Mass here, the better.
That's like the conveyor belt from Havoc's last week, wasn't it?
Changing max!
Just in case anyone was wondering what Blackbeard done there, how he moved so quickly with his, when he was ADS. Basically, if you lean on Xbox, say you're leaning left here, you lean left again and it'll put you in the middle, and then you click right on the D-pad, the stick even, and straight away you'll move quickly as possible. Just a little tip, not that it matters too much.
Small details, mate.
Yeah.
That's what counts. It's like you...
Oof, Mop. Getting a second kill for 1UP onto 2Mass.
Not watching your angles properly there.
Greedy Willow.
Okay.
Onto 2Mass. Yep, as you say, they're being punished.
Yep, you lose Nasher early on and suddenly they are going to punish you for it, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
What happened on Oregon.
Yep, and it's happening once again. This would be so weird if 1UP now turn this around after Horizon have won all these rounds in a row. It's just a complete and utter reverse of what we saw on the last map. It makes it very hard to kind of determine which team is arguably the stronger team, because they're both just undoing to each other what they're doing to each other back and forth.
I know.
It's messy as all hell.
But we like it.
We do like it.
We like it messy.
Yes, we do. Bit weird to say that, but there we go. Horizon aren't giving up though.
25 seconds left on the round to go. This is not looking good. Oof, Joker with a lovely little shot. We know
loses all of his health though. And it's now him all on his own.
Nice little headshot. 15 seconds left to go, and I think that is match, well, round.
I think he knows it's done here.
Just save his KD, I guess.
Why not? Maybe a KD player.
5 seconds to go.
Oh, hold up.
Right at the last second.
But Kimbe goes for a hunt. Wants to have his own
K
stats.
from Kimbe on that round, I think.
Good stuff. Just watching them angles. It's all about.
Absolute monster of a guy.
Okay, so 1UP, 2 rounds. They've got to go for another 2 to bring it into overtime. Honestly, I just don't know how to comprehend the fact that it's going so back and forth today. Like, we never see this, and it just keeps on going. It's genuinely insane.
Just keeps on giving.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Like demo.
Yeah. Whatever that means, sure. Other gift that keeps on giving. I'm giving you a cup of tea in a bit, remember?
Oh yeah. For 1 round win. Come on then, Horizon. Let's do it, guys. Let's win this one. I like both teams, but, you know, underdog stories you like.
Yeah. It's not just me, mate. Every Brit. No. We're all about the underdog story.
Nah. prefer
Support West Ham, mate.
I prefer Barcelona to West Ham. Anyhow, what are we talking?
Awful fan. I don't. The game has just completely like destroyed everything we thought we knew about Rainbow Six and these teams. That's why we're just like, what do we talk about now?
No, I didn't. I thought Nashua would make a massive impact.
I think he'd make a massive impact because I think a team that's still relatively weak and got 11 rounded last week is still, you know, one player is not enough to completely turn a game around. It's a mix of things this week, like last map especially. You know, some of the weird picks that came through from 1UP was a bit strange. The Fuse, definitely the big one for me that was kind of like, what's going on? The Blitz playing solo, that definitely didn't help. That was basically sacrificing every attacking round they had.
Yeah.
I do wonder if they played a more conventional comp with that and actually gone for like a team-coordinated assault onto the points, would they have won that map out altogether? Because they could have. Literally one more round was all they needed to win.
It's a nice little spot. There's going to be an engagement here, I think. Oof. Look at that.
Bye-bye.
See, what Ella was doing there, 2-mass, that's a nice little spawn peek if you want to take Doc or Rook there. Nobody expects it from the... I can't remember where it's from. Anyhow, nobody expects it. Kimbe manages to take Ella's head off.
Get clear!
Yes.
Trying to figure out what... I can't remember what it's...
You look deep in thought.
Fireplace, that's it. Yeah. Something like that.
Swiftly moving on from that point.
Yes, I told you English is hard sometimes, isn't it? And this is going to be Kimbe
nice
again.
drop.
That's a 2K. On to Nasha.
As I say, Nasha going down is a big one for them, especially.
Oof. He can open that up.
Can he? He wants to. Oh!
Tristan gets the refrag.
Maybe a little bit over-eager there.
Yeah, a bit overzealous on that one.
Never mind, happens. It's fine. Let's put 1UP still in the 4 versus 3 situation thanks to Kimbe's early work. Literally a couple more kills off, or 3 kills off in this exact case, taking it to 4 and 3. I can't believe literally it's 2 rounds ago I was saying, yeah, I'd be amazed if they managed to pull back 4 and they're actually doing it right now.
See how they progress. They still got to attack and they haven't really done that.
Oh,
2-max takes the head off a mop. The buck is down.
They've tried to push through this hatch so many times now. They've lost 2 members going for it.
He chucked 2 stun grenades in, but didn't chuck the other one to blind him and actually push down in. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. But Joker here, he could possibly do some work coming down late on. If he goes down these stairs, crouch, and then you'll find all 3 of them. They are expecting that.
They know roughly where they are, look. Oh. 35 seconds left to play with.
Just wasting time for them.
That's all he's got to do. Just keep on wasting time as best he can.
Gets 2-max.
But it's a 3 versus 2 situation. 1UP have the advantage now. Horizon on the back foot once more. Potentially letting this go to a 4 and 3. It puts him in a very, very difficult situation.
He needs to go push it. He needs to go push the Thermite here.
Goes to the push. Horizon
for the feet. Didn't get the head. He does get the head. Nigma gets down. Willow manages to frag back onto Joker. He just needs to waste time.
Oh, one shot between the barrels, but they can't get the last one. And Willow pushes round to bring down his opposing number in the IGL for Horizon. Wow, that was a beautiful one-tap through the barrels there. Sadly, not enough to win out the round. And once more, we go into the potential to go into overtime. These teams do not want to have a nice, quick, decisive match today, do they?
No,
at all.
No. All the better for us.
I mean, again, looking at the scores across the team for Horizon, still very, very balanced. 2-mass, maybe not having the most stellar standout week. Neither is Mop, to be honest with you. Again, still quite balanced across 1UP. So all 10 members, except for maybe those 2 would argue a little bit less so, but everyone is having an impact in these games. It's not like there's 1 or 2 people running away with the game. No. It's very even.
No. The only thing to note, though, is as you see right at the bottom, the 2 on both teams, and it happened last match as well, they're just not performing. Maybe it's an off day for all 4 players or something along those lines, but yeah, if they picked up their slack a little bit more, they might just be the support players, but if they picked it up a little bit more, then I assume they would be able to, both teams, lock out. But Horizon here, just slowly working towards hopefully locking this match out and the series out.
Well, they'll be hoping for it because they do not want to have happen unto them what 1UP did to them on the last, what they did to 1UP, sorry, on the last map.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Like, so that'd be one of the more insane storylines to come out of today going into the next couple of weeks.
Attackers recover the diffuser.
Horizon need every set of points they can get. If they take this map now, they at least go even on points with 1UP. If they win overall, so they are currently even on points with 1UP. If they win this one as well, they go ahead of them by 3 points, which puts them in very good standing because it means that Fable needs a 2-0 Vexed to be anywhere near them and to be tying with them, which will leave 1UP at the bottom of the table. However, Fable have just changed 2 members of their roster. I actually don't really expect it all, to be honest, to be able to beat Vexed, who so far have looked pretty strong.
Yeah, what Horizon are going for here is the top down. They're going into the top 3rd floor and trying to work down into meeting and trophy room to flush out those roamers. They got the Blackbeard here, just looking through, edging through. He doesn't need to look there, but he does not know that, obviously. And with the Buck, they're just trying to flush him out, and I think they've already gone apart from that one over there. Who I can't actually see. You can see his feet.
Yeah,
I know
sure.
that much.
Oh!
The Jaeger, and he might get the refrag. Greedy Willow does. Back onto 2 mass.
Why aim for the head when you can take the feet?
And I think Nash is going to try and bait him into that.
Let's see if we can. Pushing on the upstairs with the Buck. 4 versus 4. I'm really genuinely nervous for Horizon. After all the combat they've gone through, all the trouble and strife of today, it's been such a back and forth game between both of them so far, across both maps as well. If you combine all these rounds together, it's just been literally, again, that block of 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, back and forth constantly. It perplexes me that the momentum carries across the 4 rounds and then suddenly gets lost for the next 4.
This is a nice little spot from Kimbe. Nobody's going to have droned that out. Oh, that's a shot.
Nice. Not going to die, though. Has his friends around to bring him back up, because that's what friends are for, right? To keep you alive when you have several bullets going through your body.
Kimbe just sitting out here in West Entrance. He can always go down blue to try and get back onto site if need be. But he's just there to watch if anyone wants to try and sneakily get in. But they are not going to do that, as they're going to come from Garage. And I would think Kimbe is going to go for a roam here and try to go for a nice little flank.
Probably what they need right now is something like this to just completely pull it in their favour, because as it stands, Horizon are in a really good position to start pushing here. They've got to go through the smoke, mind you. That's a bit dangerous. 25 seconds left to play with, though. The pressure's going to start piling up, and they'll start making mistakes and panicking. They've got to move soon. Old shotgun hero.
Kimbe
I thought Kizza was about to run out there with the shotgun.
Yeah, not watching the flank from Kimbe. Enigma and Kizza get 2 kills. 7 seconds left to go. Tristan manages to get another frag onto Kizza, and it is looking bad for the attackers. Horizon have just... What are they just...
Run out of time.
Not done anything there. They haven't managed to flush out the roamers. They just took too long to actually do anything during that entire round. And we go into overtime. This
is a very interesting overtime. Horizon looks incredibly solid on the first map. 1UP had a great 4-map run, but after that, everything was Horizon. It's all Horizon. And now, look where we find ourselves. Horizon were 4-0 up on this map. They won 8 to 9 rounds on the bounce of Horizon. Now they've lost the last 4, and 1UP are looking incredibly solid. If they take these next 2 rounds, I'm done. Genuinely done. That's it. Production can come and cast for it. I'm done. That's it.
Defenders protect.
Get Alex over here.
Yeah, Alex will do it. Come on, I'll just control
the gruesome twosome of Alex.
I'll cry. Oh no. My least favourite producer's back on the mic.
Oh,
I love the guy. I'll upset him if I say that too much.
Love his voice.
This has become a very strange cast now.
And here we are. We are back upstairs. Weird. I think this is the one that I told you about, the upstairs hold.
Upstairs hold, you drop down, take kitchen trophy afterwards, yeah.
Yes. That shield there from Kimbe is very significant. That helps out a lot. Because he is going to put his mirror pretty much behind that. I think that's where he put it last time, so that gives them full control of over A. Here we go. And yeah, be able to see.
It means they can't shoot it out.
Yeah, unless they come.
And you're safe holding that angle as well.
Yeah, because you've got the shield on you. And so, I mean, they should have expected it. Should have brought a Twitch. And those two trying to rappel up there are not going to be seen to any effect, I don't think, until they find out what's going on. That one roamer on the floor there is potentially going to just stall this entire thing out.
Got one in bathtub as well?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Is she in bathtub? Bathtub.
Bathtub, yeah. bathtub. Did you say bath?
Bath, yes. Oh, no. Nigma.
As an honor to what you said and also to that kill. A 1-up, pulling off the hold well. 1 kill equals well, apparently. What?
Well,
I said they're pulling off this hold well.
Oh.
And I was like, well, apparently 1 kill equals well. So I was like, yeah, well, they got a kill. Yeah, it's going well. Well, I guess it is, but still. Still looking for more.
Blackbeard going to be in that same spot.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Blackbeard.
It's a different spot.
Not sold on Blackbeard here.
I think they know he's pushing. They're all going to try. Yeah, they know he's pushing. They're going to drop down. And Kizza with the kill onto Nasha, which is going to stop Horizon dramatically. This attack is just splitting at the seams.
A little bit. Slowly feels like it's going that
Now
way.
they've all dropped down. They won't be able to get on site. Wouldn't mind seeing the bandit run out, but he's not going to do that.
It's like the ideal scenario. If you get rid of 2 attackers and then rotate. Feet. Happy feet. Get dancing.
He's not going to run in, is he?
Oh, gets sprayed
Mop.
still.
He was going to run in. And Mop takes down 2 max on the Blackbeard. And this looks like it's going to be 5 rounds in a row. 2 1-up as Tristan is down. Joker is going to go pick up Tristan. But this looks like a lost cause to me anyhow. Joker.
What has happened, boys? I'd love to speak to all the players after this, actually, and ask them what on earth was happening in team comms, what was morale, what was going on in general when you threw away that 4-round advantage that you had?
Both of them.
That's what I mean. Every single player I can ask that question to.
You just seen him.
It's perplexing. Genuinely, really perplexing.
Smoke down. Kizza. Tristan gets Kizza down to try and bring it back. 4 versus 2 pretty much, but we'll see how that one works out.
They got the
Probably
smoke
already back up, yeah.
20 seconds to play with. I was going to say, all they have to do now is just keep on tossing smoke grenades to the entryway to the point, and they can't do anything about it.
Kimbe managed to get Tristan. This is going to turn into a rout as Kimbe manages to take out Joker, and that is 5 rounds in a row, and not a single person from 1UP died.
Oh boy. Oh boy. So we are literally 1 round away from 1UP undoing onto Horizon what Horizon undid to them on the last map on Oregon. This is ridiculous.
This is nutty.
Nutty. Nut-E, specifically.
Spelled with an E.
Yes. I did gather. Bounced on the heavy enunciation of the E part.
Thanks,
of it.
sir.
No, we're not okay.
I'm wonderful.
Production just asked if we're okay. I'm like, I'm not okay. This game has completely blown apart my perception of the world itself.
This game has made me very happy.
You don't sound happy, mate. Is that how you sound happy?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm smiling. What more do you want from me?
Oh, look, the tears rolling down your cheeks.
That's because I have to sit next to you.
Hey, here we go. There's his first bite back. Plenty more of them. So it's a good time to do it, to be fair. This is when I'm feeling a bit lethargic, it's a good time to do it because I'm just like, I have nothing for this. I got lots of water, mate. I do have a lot of water. I have a lot of inspiration, shall we say, from this. If 1UP turn this around now, I'll be very, very impressed. I came into the day thinking, look, this is still going to be a 1UP series. Nasha isn't going to make a world of difference. It's still going to be all 1UP. And then last map happened, and I was like, what? And I was like, okay, maybe it will make a lot of difference. Nasha's definitely going to do this for them. And then we see this map happen. And I'm like, what? Why? How? It's no longer a Rainbow Six game. It's something else.
Covered the diffuser. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb.
It's beautiful. That's what it is.
See,
right, I've had my water now. I'm awake again. I'm with you.
Yay, aren't I lucky?
Let's go. Right, this is going to be a really exciting round now. Let's get into this, right?
Ooh, 2 max. Didn't mean to drop there, I don't think.
So, they're going for the kitchen hole once again. Got the castle on side.
Go on, Kimbe. Check a drone up there.
Do it. Do it. Don't want to do it.
We want to show the people how to throw drones.
Take it. Who was it we saw earlier? It was Pony who could not get the drone from the window at all. Try as he might, just could not do it. But let's see what they can do. They've already got some openings coming up. They're going to open that castle wall nice and early. This is good. So they've got the angles to play with now if they want to. No Blackbeard on sides. They can't fully capitalise, but they're aware that there are some upstairs. Kimbe's job is to get rid of these 2 roamers.
Now, what skin is that?
And the stairs as well.
Willow takes out Tristan. This is looking good.
Stairs. No! Kimbe's gone.
That's a big frag from 2 mass.
It is, but they know exactly where he is now. If he gets a second.
He is not.
Close. Very
Mop
close.
Surely is not going to get this.
Oh, no. He went for it. Missed it, though. They're spending so much time and health as well. Dealing with this 1 roamer is... this rotation's nice. Oh, he misses every single shot, though.
2 mass with the 2K.
God dang. Ella still as strong as ever. Who cares about the nerf? She is still...
Come on in, Horizon. Let's do this now. Keep this defense strong.
Please. Take it to the tiebreaker, boys. Do it for me. Come on, let's go. The thing is, all 1UP have really done...
Ooh, 1UP coming back there, agreed.
I was going to say, all they've done is blow up the castle wall and then lose 2 members. It started so well.
It did. It did.
Getting kitchen open, I thought, surely this is a great start for them. How do you... That's twice now that members of 1UP have missed a big spray. If Willow dies here because... No, okay, he's alive. Okay, it's not terrible. That's twice they've missed big sprays like that they should have got.
It's just timing at the end of the day. They're just looking away at...
I don't know if it's panic or excitement or because they're on edge, but...
You know, G Fuel running.
Just rein it in a bit. Calm down.
Attackers have dropped the bomb.
It's okay.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Intense breathing. So Enigma just keep an eye on these angles. They know there's still one roamer lurking upstairs.
40 seconds left into the round, left of the round.
They have burned 2.5 minutes trying to deal with 2 roamers in library. They got rid of 1.
Why don't they just push straight on site?
And they got rid of 2 mass on stairs.
Here we go.
Because it's like, okay.
No Kairos left.
He's like, oh, the old-fashioned way with my gun.
Willow.
Finally.
I think that's a free K for Willow. He's just been cleaning up.
He's been pretty good the whole map, to be honest with you. 1UP might have done it though. They've got 1 more kill to go. Nasha is the last man. Can he do this for them?
Come on.
The diffuser's going down though. He's not trying to go for the spray though. Knows there is someone lurking around to the side. Runs in a bit too quick. Almost gets sprayed down himself. Is going to get 1 kill, but from the stairs, Enigma is there lurking and ready. And Horizon end up going 1-on-1. 1UP turn it around. I'm done.
Alex, come on.
This gives me a headache.
Oh man.
Okay, it's